Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark with the Tech Chat. The other day I did a video showing the installation, configuration, and performance of the Belkin Miracast video adapter. Did not go so well. Performance was very poor. Configuration was problematic. And once I did the latest firmware update on the Belkin, the performance actually dropped off and I could no longer get it to connect to my Microsoft Surface Pro 3. So today I'm going to do another evaluation of the Netgear Push2TV PTV 3000 Miracast and Wi-Fi Direct adapter. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and open up the box here and we'll see what's on the inside. Hang on a sec. What do we have on the inside of the box? We have the adapter itself. On the bottom, we have the AC adapter, in case your TV doesn't have a USB port that provides power. We have the USB cable over here. And then we have the adapter itself. Hang on one sec. Alrighty, I've gone ahead and plugged in the adapter. You can see that the LED on the front is flashing as the TV turns on and provides power. And it is actually providing power to the device pretty quickly. And let me switch over to the TV here because it is booting up. Hang on one sec. Alright, it looks like the Netgear adapter is booted up and it's ready to connect to a device. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Surface Pro 3 here and see how easy it is to connect. Alright, I'm going to follow the same steps as I followed on the Belkin adapter. On the Surface Pro 3, which I'm going to open up the Charms menu, Settings. I'm going to click on Change PC Settings. I'm going to click on PC and Devices, and I'm going to add a device. And it's going to search for the devices available on the network. It finds Push2TV. I'm going to select that. And it is now waiting to connect. It looks like the Netgear is connecting. On the Belkin, this took a few seconds for the connection to be made. It's taken a few seconds with the Netgear as well. And connection failed. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to try it again. One thing about this process, if it does not make a connection, it seems like you have to shut the adapter down and reboot it in order for it to make another attempt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alrighty, we've rebooted again. It's ready for connection. I'm going to add a device on the Surface Pro 3, see if it finds it. It does. And it's going to attempt to connect. Alrighty, after a few tries, I did finally get the Surface Pro 3 to connect to the Netgear adapter. As we can see, if we look at the top and the bottom of the screen, I'm chopped off again, like I was with the Belkin. I am set to the native resolution of the TV. I am cloning my screen off of the Surface Pro 3, and it's still chopping it off, so I'm really not sure why that's happening. It did that with the Belkin, with the Dell Venue 8 Pro, as well as the Surface Pro 3, so it doesn't seem to be machine specific. But that is a bit of a concern. If you're wanting to use this to in a business presentation or some such, if it's going to chop off elements of what you're trying to show, then that's not going to be all that terribly helpful. It doesn't seem to make a difference if I extend the screen or clone the screen. So we're going to go ahead and extend the screen. We'll click Apply. And now the screen is extended instead of cloned, and it's still the same. I'm still getting chopped off on the top and the bottom. So to make things easy, I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate the display for this test. First thing we'll try out is some Netflix video and see how it does here. If Google complains about the copyright infringement, I might have to black this part out. But I'll just go ahead and describe the video. As it's getting done buffering here, I'm going to say that the video is much improved over the Belkin. There's less pixelation, there's no dropouts, and audio is not clipping, and it seems to be pretty well in sync. So this is a much better solution. Performance is a lot better with the Netgear adapter than it was with the Belkin. I am connected on 5 gigahertz 802.11 AC, so I should have plenty of bandwidth for this, and so far it's pretty impressive. I can't really complain about the performance with Netflix. So let's give Hulu a try, and let's see how it does. So we'll go ahead and watch the Mockingbird video here, or Mockingbird trailer here, just for kicks. And again, if this blacks out, my apologies. Let's go to make that full screen. And once again, performance is much better. The video quality is very nice. There's pretty much no pixelation. I have the camera pretty close to the screen, so if you see any pixelation, it's not something you would see if you were farther away. It's the typical pixelation you see when you get really close to a high-res screen. Audio is fine. There's no clipping. It's in sync. And I would say overall, I'm much more impressed with the video quality on this Netgear adapter than I was on the Belkin. I really have no complaints. Let me go ahead and stop that. Once again, the biggest problem I have right now is the fact that it's clipping the top and the bottom of the screen. I'm going to connect the Dell Venue 8 Pro to the Netgear adapter, and I'm going to see how see if it has the same issue with clipping. I'll be right back. Okay, in a reversal of my experience with the Belkin Miracast adapter, where I had problems connecting the Surface Pro 3 after I upgraded the firmware, I'm actually having problems connecting the Dell Venue 8 Pro to the Netgear Miracast adapter. It tries to connect and then it disconnects, and so we obviously have a problem there. So consistency with Miracast adapters is apparently a problem across the board, or at least with the Belkin and the Netgear adapters that I've tried out. We'll go ahead and cut this video short, and I'm going to say that so far the Netgear Miracast adapter is performing better with the Surface Pro 3 than the Belkin was. Video quality was fine. It's chopping off the screen on the top and the bottom. I need to figure out if that's the TV causing that, or if it's the Miracast adapter or the Chromecast adapter. So I've got a little bit of research to do. I will add some notes to this video if I discover exactly what's causing that problem. I would say that if I had to choose between the Netgear and the Belkin adapter, I would certainly choose the Netgear for use with the Surface Pro 3, but it wouldn't connect to the Dell Venue 8 Pro, and so there's that complication. Overall, I would say that I'm not that terribly impressed with the Miracast adapter, and if I wanted to connect my Surface Pro 3 to the TV, I would probably just use an HDMI to DisplayPort adapter and just run the cables, because frankly I'm not finding performance or convenience really to be all that great. So I would say that Miracast is a no-go for the Tech Chat. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much. Talk to you later.